Hey guys, welcome to the next episode in the England Let's Play on FM13, and this is then, it's going to be sort of two videos mushed into one. It's going to be a review of the rest of 2056, but we're also going to do a review of the first half of 2057, because I don't really want to do two videos like that. Like, I don't want to split them because I think that would be a bit unfair on you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push them all together. As you can see, it's 2056. I've got another save, another save. What I mean by that is I've checkpointed the save, so I can just restart. I can start the video back up and record, if you know what I mean. But basically, what we're going to do is just sort of go over the World Cup qualifiers and a couple of friendlies we've gone over for the first half, and then we'll go over the rest of the qualifiers and see how we're doing. So this is the team here. I don't think there's any new, it's the odd new name, but we'll get to them in a little bit. First of all, we'll go over the fixtures. So after the Euros then, these are the fixtures we're going over. And we're going to start with, beating, as a matter of fact, the world champions 5-2. Apart from, it's weird to think really the Serbia game here, that was our last loss of the year, when you think about it. But this was mad. It was just a friendly arranged on my birthday as well. God, how old had I been there? 65. Oh god, let's hope they make a sort of immunity pill or something by that point. Probably on Mars. Anyway, 5-2, crazy game. I thought, I want to... But actually, I tell you what this was, if I remember. This was basically a shot at the world number 1 spot. We managed to move up to number 2, and this meant if we beat Brazil, and if we beat them handsomely, they were number 1, obviously being the world champions, and we were number 2 or number 3, and this was our sort of title shot, if you will, at number 1, and we took it with aplomb. Excellent stuff from all the players here. No new names really. The only name that I really need to highlight at the moment, there's Gareth Harrop, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. Incidentally, if you do want to download this save and obviously work a few players out, names, get to know them, etc., the link is in the description. However, it is a little bit old now, so it's set in like 2052, but it gives you an opportunity to play through and look back at the older videos. The only other name that you need to know here is a lad called Derek Foster. He's only 22, plays for Liverpool. He's injured currently. He looks pretty good though. He has been at Liverpool pretty much all his life. Let's see. Where's he from actually? Is he from Liverpool? Yeah, he's from Bootle, just down the road. He can play up front, but he's mostly going to be used as a winger, and in fact he scored on his debut, so that was really good. Let's have a look at these goals then. So now this was arranged, I think, before the Euros, if I recall correctly. There's the only major Brazilian I recognised here was this Alexandra guy, whoever he's called. This guy on the ball who just played the pass. He's a good player. I think he plays in Europe. But that was 3.5 minutes in. Emerson with the goal. Steve Armand not doing particularly good there. Incidentally, I've already mentioned this before, I will be moving on to the World Cup. I do want to have, obviously I mentioned it in the last video, but I do want to win the World Cup. Obviously, if I don't, then fair enough. But I do have plans now that we are set. They are set in stone, so please don't comment and say, you should go back to the Premier League. No, I'm not. Chances are very slim that I'm going to go back to the Premier League. I might. Very off chance, but I know what I want to do. Simple as that, really. A deflection there for Alexandra. I don't know how that can count as his goal personally. I think it looked like it took a deflection, but the game counted as his, so whatever. So Brazil obviously 2-1 up here. Then as soon as this goal went in, they just kind of stopped playing. I mean, there really weren't too many highlights. I did change the team, I think, a little bit at the second half, but they I don't know, maybe their second team wasn't as good, but again, another wicked deflection there, right ball, I guess it was a shot, hits Fowler and he just sort of knocks it in. Fowler incidentally is, as you know, is the captain, so just in case you went up on that, of course Craig Cooley retired the other year. He has retired now, I should say. Leon Fowler is the ultimate captain, that's one thing I should point out. So a nice goal there, and this is now, I think that was 4-2. Was it 4-2, was it? I can't even remember. That was 3-2, beg your pardon, sorry. Is Basto, anyway, who was really starting to revel on this left-hand side. He's really good. And there's Foster's first goal, so that was a good debut for him. I wasn't say it on the commentary, but that really was his debut. Obviously, he's not appeared before. Obviously, he's only 22 and he didn't appear in the Euros. Farrell, by the way, is going to be, or at least later on, he will go missing for a while. He got injured for a bit, and then I kind of forgot to put him back in the team. The game obviously freaked out at this point. It's like, oh, you're dropping him. Why are you doing that? And the media all got weird and stuff. And I think one of the funniest football manager memes I've seen is, as an international manager, it was, I can't remember what the actual meme was, but it was basically just a picture saying, as to why I left out my top player, I forgot. We all forget. If you've ever done international management, you always forget to put in a player. Just, he's either injured or suspended or something. And it always happens. Always happens. Anyway, moving on to the World Cup qualifiers. So these are the teams who got in our group: Slovenia, Faroe Islands, Andorra and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Not the hardest group. In fact, that is a stupidly easy group, I'm sure you're thinking. Slovenia, incidentally, are 45th in the world, so they're not bad, they're not terrible, but they're not good either. Faroe Islands, as you'd expect, 145th. Andorra, 125th, so they've at least moved away from the bottom, the very, very bottom, like 200. And Bosnia and Herzegovina are 73rd, so not that great either. So we start here with a 5-0 thumping of Slovenia. Dennis Wright with a hat-trick, and Haylock and Ahmed also scoring. We've also got another player here to introduce you to. I think you may have seen him before, Dan Broom. He is okay. I think I may have introduced him before. If not, here's another reintroduction. He's going to be sort of reappearing. Every so often I'll drop him. I'll say, he's not doing a great deal. It's like here, we basically just ran amok against Slovenia. They didn't have a shot on target. We dominated basically the whole game. Yes, despite the fact he had a rating of 8.1. Let's be honest here. You should score. You're in that good a form, you're having that good a game, and you're a striker. Why haven't you scored? I mean, okay, yes, Dennis Wright did score a hat-trick. There is only so much you can do if your striking partner is taking all the goals. But it's like, come on, I've given you so many opportunities now. Why haven't you scored yet? And, you're supposed to be a top-quality striker. He's like the second highest valued player, I think, in the England team. The centre-backs combining there, Ahmed and I think Haylock's centre-back, I can't remember. Well, he can play centre back anyway, combining there for that goal. And really, we sort of turned on the last 20 minutes here. It was dead and buried after that second goal, but a lovely bending goal from Dennis Wright there. Very reminded me of Iago Aspas's goal against Preston the other week. As you can see, it's the 15th of July that we played Preston today. I've impressed by Aspas, actually. He looked quite good when he came on. I'm not saying he's good. He's going to be good because, of course, I can't hype up players as a Liverpool fan, otherwise I get called deluded. And there's Haylock grabbing his goal. And that was 5. So, yeah, very good start for us. Everyone getting a really, look at them ratings. That is consistency for a team. So a great start as European champions to the World Cup qualifiers. Then we took it a little bit easier against the Faroe Islands. Not quite the 13-0 as we got the other year, but this was 3. Reynolds this time, Alvin Reynolds with 2 goals. This lad, 22 years old, plays for Manchester United, has 3.5 star potential. I think his current ability, in fact, no, sorry, he has 4.5 star potential. His current ability is 3.5 star. I don't think that's too bad at all for a 22-year-old. Lewis Jones also scoring. He had, of course, a rather poor European Championship. Of course, I tried to give him chance after chance, and he really just could not impact on the game. And what happened was, since he had a little impact, his rating just dipped and dipped and dipped. And honest to God, his average rating of the tournament, I think, was like 6.3, and that's really poor. Basically, if you've got an average rating of 6.8 or higher, I'd take that as reasonable or acceptable. If it's below that, it's like, that's not acceptable. You're not hitting the standards. There are standards here, and I expect to hit them because I'm a strict manager. No, bear in mind as well, it's international level. You pick players. You don't have to buy players. You have the run of the mill, if you will, and you can pick whoever you want, and they're meant to be at the absolute best of your country. And if you can't find players who are at the best, then what are they doing there? But a nice header there from Jones anyway. So that's 3-0 against the Faroes. Obviously, they were pretty much in sort of, I wouldn't even say second gear, I suppose, if you will. Then we played Andorra, and believe it or not, we conceded a goal to Andorra after the genius, that is Callum Richards, got himself sent off. The pleb. They obviously were poor, but they managed to capitalise. and we actually conceded against Andorra. It's not quite San Marino, back in, was it 93 or 94, I think it was, when San Marino scored against England inside 10 seconds. That was actually hilarious. But let's have a look at these goals. We managed to get 4. Tom Bastow with 2. Jones scoring again, and Haylock opening the scoring there after just 2 minutes. Considering how crap they actually are, they managed to have a fair few chances. Obviously, they're at home, so they're naturally not. They might have the odd chance, but by chance. But this is weird. I was not expecting this to happen. Actually, Andorra gave us a decent game and a nice finish there by Jones. So everyone's fine and dandy at the moment. 13 minutes gone, 2-0, game set in the match virtually already, and then this happens. Bear in mind, I actually believe it or not, went a bit defensive. Apparently, that was also an overhead kick. I think I might show you that one again. Apparently, it was a really nice goal, or like a mad volley. We struggled once Richards got sent off. I don't know why, but we struggled. I think I went a bit defensive, which I probably shouldn't have done. But the problem was, obviously I set attacking. That's my default strategy, if you will, is attacking. Everything's attacking. But a nice little piece of play there from Darlington. Very rarely do you see players pass off like that. But yeah, fair play. So he's suspended. What was I saying? Yeah. Obviously, the default strategy is attacking. So why all of a sudden we couldn't play anymore I didn't understand. So make of that what you will. Anyway, last game here was Bosnia and Herzegovina. Goals from Ahmed Mehmet Demir, which is a wonderful English name, and Gareth Sweeney. Demir, in case you haven't seen him before, he's only 17. He even looks Turkish. See, look at that pale white skin. He's from Runcorn. A Turkish lad from Runcorn. What? I know people from Runcorn or Woolybacks, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's have a look at these goals. So you're wondering what the hell are you doing putting a 17-year-old in? There's also there Mike Ford, a player for West Ham. You probably won't see him again. I'm not going to introduce you to him. You're not going to see him again. Basically, I was pretty much had my hand forced to play him. This was an experimental team essentially because I knew we were going to win. So Sweeney scores there after 13 minutes. That Ford guy, desperately unlucky not to play more, in fairness. Nice finish there. He scored about usually 15 plus goals for West Ham every season. I've seen every time I checked the Premier League, he was in there, like top goal scorers. And I thought he really needs to move to a bigger club, someone who's winning, because he can definitely do it. He's proven he can do it, but I don't know. Is there a reason why I'm not going to be playing Sweeney or Reynolds or Fowler or Wright? So it's like, how's he going to force himself into there? Last game, anyway, was against Ghana here. 3 for Richard Darlington and 1 for Dennis Wright. There's another lad here, Graham Thomas, who's on the fringes. He'll sort of keep coming back and forth. Can play in centre midfield and also bizarrely play at left back. Slightly random place to, but again, deserved place in squad due to form of country. You find this a lot with the players at international level, but he has been in good form. In fact, let's see, what is his average rating is 6.61, which isn't actually that great. That's poor, actually. But he, the press were like, no, play him, or we'll have your head on a platter or something. The press are fucking stupid on this. I know they're stupid in real life, but the sort of, in real life, the sort of skeeving and sort of just horrible in a dislikable way. On this game, they're just plain stupid, as in mentally thick stupid. So I don't know. Again, I'm sure you can apply that to the Daily Mail, but they literally make no sense. What I'm trying to say to that is, usually in real life, the press, when they don't make any sense, there is usually someone out there who will say, oh, no, I understand this. I get where they're coming from. Somewhere in the Daily Mail comments or something, so some nutter will have his say, and usually get downvoted to hell. But with this, I literally can't explain what the media say. It's like, pick this player. He's been a rock at the back for Millwall, despite the fact they've conceded 50 goals and it's only November. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. But there's another goal for Darlington. I instant result of this one. I think a few people are like, instant result. But, it was a friendly. I didn't really care much for this, to be honest. I just wanted to get on with it. I know my players. I know I don't want to check any more out. I've done that before with the Bosnia game. Um, and yeah, I just didn't really care for this. Corrigan, incidentally, I've given chance after chance. A lovely header there, right? Chance after chance, and he had a great start as well under me, and then he just suddenly fell away and not really performed at all. Got very lazy. His crossing is usually terrible, but in fairness, it was probably probably harder to miss Darlington there. But he got himself a hat trick, so fair play to him. Quite unlucky to miss out on the England captaincy. So this is how the European qualification thingy looks. 4 out of 4 goals for 15 goals against 1 from Andorra. So obviously we're due to play Belgium next. That is of course going to be a repeat of the Euro 2056 final. That is actually the next game. So if I just show you real quick the next fixtures, due to play Bulgaria, and I think we'll play a few more, and then we play Belgium, and we'll obviously get through there. Now, one thing I totally forgot, which you'll see that will reappear here, will appear here once I load the next game. It's like loading the CD. Remember back in the 90s, if you're old enough, remember when you're playing ROM games and you'd have to load CD-ROMs, it'd flash up on a screen. It's like, please insert this too now. So you'd have to take the one out. That's what this is like. But no, one thing I completely forgot about, of course, having won the European Championships, is the Confederations Cup will appear. So we'll have that, something for you, for me to do for you. And they'll be doing live commentaries of that. So a little extra bonus there before the World Cup. So I think that's all I've got to show you. In fact, I'll show you very quickly the Premier League as of now. So this is it. Ipswich Town are now established good team. As you can see, there's a sort of rise. A little bit slower than I was at Brighton, but yeah, they're now established, and Tottenham are falling away, even though they've got a game in hand. Look at that, they can rise to 7th. There's Kettering Town. Still can't explain that one. They don't even have a real badge. That's how low down they were at the start of this game. Liverpool have risen a bit. They've now got the former Arsenal manager, Evgeny Tsarev, who looks like a thumb. As you can see, they've really... that's basically what Liverpool have been like. That's almost a carbon copy, almost. If you just ignore sort of the here onwards, just ignore that. That is basically what Liverpool have been like. Almost a carbon copy of real life. Man United bouncing back. Who's their manager now? Oh yeah, these are all. There's no point in even pointing some of these out because you don't even know them. Not even I think all the players have gone. Look at that, they haven't even got a. Wow. Having won the title, they've slipped down drastically. Anyway, that's the first part over. So I'm going to insert disc 2, and I'll be back in a sec then. Disc 2 loaded. Though this is obviously this looks a little bit different. So now we're into June 2057. Obviously, I didn't want to split the videos up. I didn't think that would be fair. So this is the Confederations Cup. Now, before we get onto the World Cup qualifiers and the friendlies, etc., this is how the Confederations Cup looks. Then we've got the Group B. Going to be playing against South Korea, New Zealand, and yes, obviously Argentina. This is 2057, hosts Japan. Basically how it works is we've also got Brazil, Japan, Mali and USA. Qualifier wise, we've got New Zealand qualifying by the Oceania one, so that's where all the likes of Tahiti and Vanuatu and all them Fiji countries come from. South Korea qualified by winning the Asia Cup. Mali won the African Cup of Nations. They are very good actually, Mali. Japan qualified by being the hosts. USA won the Gold Cup. We won the Euros. Argentina came second in the Copa America, and Brazil qualify as Copa America winners and world champions. The Confederations Cup, basically, there's the 6 continental winners / second place if needed, and the hosts and the World Cup winners. So, and obviously, if the World Cup winners are also continental winners, second place of their continent, if you will, that they're basically the team they beat to win the Continental Cup for them qualifies. I hope that works for you. So that's how that works. So really, we should beat South Korea. They're 42nd. First game up there. That'll be in the next video. New Zealand, we definitely will win. They're not good at all. As you'd expect, they've got one good player, plays for Arsenal. But Argentina, well, 5th in the world at the moment. Incidentally, this is us. We are 3rd. We've dropped quite badly, and that's down to a few results here, which I'll get onto now. First game was against Bulgaria. Played a load of few. Well, yeah, I totally took the piss with this team and played an entirely new team. Played this lad here. He's only, I think he was 17 at the time. Jerry Keegan, centre back. Stupid. Probably shouldn't have done it. Also got Declan West, who had a terrible game. Connor Bibby, remember this guy from Nottingham Forest? He's now coming of age. He's 25 at Manchester City. Probably not the player I think he could have been, but he's still pretty damn good. There's Stephen Bleasdale, Dave Smith's back in the team. Here's Callum White, another player. He's only 19 at Newcastle. I suppose a sort of new what's that called Campbell, who currently plays at Newcastle. He looks to be the sort of new version of that. But Lewis Jones scored, and to be honest, saved our asses here with a 91st goal. Yeah, a load of players here you probably aren't going to see again. Probably for me at least anyway, as I'm probably going to be leaving after the World Cup. So, yeah, this is rather poor. Straight up, bad defending. I did take control of this one as well, and I tell you what, I was panicking because we were first in the world at this stage, or at least second, very close to first, and that just saved our asses totally. The goalkeeper also deserves a way higher rating than 7.2. He kept out so many shots. Then, in a very anticlimactic game, 0-0 against Belgium, so in the repeat of the Euro final from last year. Very anticlimactic, not in there. Dennis Wright had an off day. Basically played the strongest team I could. Fraser Hughes has come in and just been an absolute beast. He's awesome. Now, he just came in and replaced Craig Cooley. He's desperately unlucky not to have been in the team before. Obviously, he was in the team before, but not to be picked, obviously, because I was kind of taking the piss with Cooley a bit. Playing him all the time. And yeah, so 0-0, deadlock. Fair enough. I think that was always going to happen. 2-0 against Slovenia. Sweeney and Reynolds. This made this a little bit harder for ourselves than I thought we should have done. They only had one shot, obviously they posed no threat, but 1-0 again. I think the team played at a half a gear as opposed to top gear. Doesn't even make any sense, but whatever. I'm sure you know what I mean. And yeah, here's Sweeney, who's now him and Fowler are probably. I don't know. It's him and Wright. Well, Wright is quite injury prone, so I say there. But nice from Darlington, and Sweeney just tidies up. Very typical. I don't know why, but that looked more like one of the most realistic goals ever. There's Dan Broom again back into the team. As you can see, it's sort of in and out. He's sort of Dennis Wright's replacement. I think Wright broke his leg or something. So, but yeah, Reynolds there in the last minute. In fact, let me just show you the. Before we show you this Chile friendly, I'll show you the league. Liverpool, in fact, have won the league for the first time in about 20 years since I was there. Arsenal just a point behind them in second, then Tottenham, Manchester United, Chelsea, Brighton, Ipswich and Forest. So Man City again really falling away now. The two Welsh clubs just surviving there. Look at that goal difference, jeez Louise. Newcastle and Crewe just going down. But we look at the stats here. Obviously, Kettering Town are the most informed team. God. Leon Fowler finished in top and swing, so that's good to see. Ryan David, I assume he's Welsh, yeah, with that name. There's a little bit Pierre-Louis Petit. Remember I brought him in. He's 31 now. God damn. There's Dennis Wright, as I say. He is out for 5 weeks and 2 months with a broken foot. So yeah, he is extremely injury prone. If I just show you his injuries, well, Christ, yeah. I mean, look at this: 5 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 days, 3 months, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 7 days, 4 months, 5 weeks, 11 days, 3 months. I love how that was 4 months World Cup year, 3 months Confederations Cup year. Euro year. Confederations Cup year, World Cup year. Let's see. Also, was that 3 months? 2052. That was during the Euros. He broke his jaw. What the fuck? He broke his jaw. That must have been free. Oh no, that'll be on the opening day. Jesus Christ! I was going to say, yeah, he damaged his neck on the last day of the season. I can work that out. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. 4 days with a cold. You pansy. Okay, now I'm trying to figure this one out. Okay, so when was the World Cup? So every 4. Okay. So the last World Cup was in 2054. He damaged his neck 2 weeks. He probably was okay for that, but still, that is he still got injured. He broke his ankle. Then I can't believe that. That is. There's this Mike Birch, of course, who plays Liverpool. He is great player actually. He banged a hat-trick against us, of course. There's that Mike Ford I mentioned. He gets, as you can see, he gets a fair amount of goals, but he's still not good enough, to, in my opinion, to get the England team. This guy's fallen away a bit. I'm trying to concentrate on youth. God, he looks like a. I'm not going to say anything. I was going to bring something that I'll really get me in trouble. I wasn't going to say anything there. Sure, you know what I mean. Yeah, so you get the idea with the Premier League. Where did Kettering finish? Actually, they've gone missing. 14th. Can't believe that. Anyway, yeah, moving back onto this. Chile, Fowler and Basto scored. I didn't even take control of this again. I instant resulted this one due to the pointlessness of the occasion. There's no reason for it to even be there. I wasn't even going to bother experimenting as I want to. Well, I guess I wanted to get a bigger win as possible due to obviously us being third in the world. We were first and then we've fallen away. And for some reason the game's being in a bit of a dick and starting to hang. You can tell I've changed the save, can't you? Well, yeah, looking at the team here, this is pretty much Farrell's back in the team there, but this is pretty much just starting 11, I think, for the Confederations Cup, and hopefully provides no injuries. Potentially World Cup next year. I'm not sure whether Garner and Hadfield are going to be in there due to their age. Garner is 35, he'll be 36 for the World Cup. Then again, Cooley was how old was he? Lovely finish there by Murray. Fowler. That was Fowler. Paul Murray had that. Cooley was like 38, even though he was completely and utterly inept in the whole tournament. He didn't really do a great deal, did he? But he was there. He was the captain. He had great influence and determination, and ultimately, he was basically just there to be captain. I'm sure that's what Liverpool do with Steven Gerrard. Anyway, pretty just standard game. It was just normal friendly, really. Nothing to really comment on. Chile, they're okay. Not bad, but they're not terrible. Lovely goal by Basto. Really nice finish. And where's the next goal? That is here. So as you can see, it was finished by half time. Not even half time. How long's this now? If it ever wants to load. Game does like to hang, doesn't it? 36 minutes gone, and we're pretty. As you can see, it was dead and buried already, but this kind of just killed everything off. Murray to put the ball in. There's Fowler. Standard finish. Lovely. So that is basically a review of the years gone since the 2056 European Championship. Now, next video then will be the start of the Confederations Cup. I've also got rid of the intros. I'm not going to have any more intros as I think they're jinxes. Tried it with the USA, failed. Got rid of the and then of course did an intro as well with England in the World Cup, failed. As soon as I get rid of them, we win. Very jinxy in my opinion. So we're not going to have an intro, although I will continue with the old custom thumbnails. Confederations Cup, it's going to be in a sort of Japanese style this time. Bear in mind, considering the Confederations Cup, of course, is a sort of dress rehearsal for the World Cup the next year. So Japan. Look out for that probably tomorrow, or if this is uploaded on a Friday, or the early Friday upload, chances are it will be later on today. So thanks for watching. I will be back then with the Confederations Cup. See you next time. Bye bye.